halls of this parliament, the politicians who are aspiring, the media and all that. So if we do positive messaging, people will feel encouraged to turn up in large numbers. And if we assure them that the election will be free, fair, transparent, credible, then I'm 100% there will be big improvements. Thank you.
Thank you. We had a question from Honorable Zuleka. No. Let's go on. No. Let's go on. Zuleka's question was on what, Zuleka? The other one is coming shortly after this. We have to finish. The second question was on? Zuleka? Can you remember? Yeah, the second question.
Yeah, that's
use of technology.
Can I just on that innovation and digital before the chair?
To answer for him, all right?
No. I just want to ask him. Ask him something. I questioned about the issue of digital, the use of digital technology, or technology, for example, to make it easier for this thing to be, fair, transparent, credible. We also have the issue of digital, which can be misused, which is the social media right now. Social media can become another center of serious disruption and conflict in the country. You probably cannot answer this now, but one needs to put a serious thought into these things if we have to do certain things about our laws or certain actions to be taken, so that some busybody somewhere cannot put this country under flame. So this is another thing I think to answer that very quickly, I think, Honorable Farah, you are referring to the issues we have to deal with misinformation and disinformation. And of course the use of new media to perpetrate that. I think that's one of the things that as a commission we will be alive to, and we will work with the various stakeholders and industry players to see how we can mitigate the negative impacts of that, while actually amplifying the positive aspects of that. And I think to go to Honorable Zuleka's question about technology, I think the next election will largely be technology driven. Even if we don't adjust our laws to allow for final results in terms of our electronic transmission, but I think out there, in terms of mobilizing our young voters to vote, in terms of educating them on the voting processes, in terms of encouraging them to turn out, technology, for example, the chatbot and other apps will come into play. Instagram, TikTok, all these platforms. As a commission, personally, in order to encourage our youth, we will work with the leaderships of the youth in this country to identify those opportunities in the digital space. Thank you.
Honorable Mogaka, is yours answered? Mogaka, we had a series of them.
And a series of them.
I think they were all answered.
They have not been answered. I asked who funded his education and why.
Sorry, the first one was what?
Who funded his
who funded the education
and why?
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
My education at Starehe Boys Center was a free boarding space which was granted to needy boys by the late Dr. Geoffrey William Griffin. My education at the University of Nairobi was funded by the government of Kenya, for which I've paid the HELB loan, which I have the certificate here. My education in Master of Arts, Peace, Conflict and Development Studies was a scholarship place by the government of Valencia. My Master of Science in Projects Management was funded by UNDP as part of capacity building.
Capacity building.
It was an education assistance program for staff, where you pay 50%, the organization pays 50%.
No problem.
Then the last one, I financed it myself through my salary.
Good enough and equipped. All right, the second question.
The second question was with his human rights experience, whether unrepresented units amount to a violation of human rights, what he has done with his knowledge in respect of those, and what he would do if he became chair.
You even mentioned about reparations.
Yes.
And whether there is an answer to that one, but tell us, Very quickly. I don't think the answer is complicated.
Yes, I think it's very unfortunate that
With specific reference to Nyasiongo in Nyamira.
It's very unfortunate that our citizens of Nyasiongo in Nyamira have had to endure this unfortunate situation where they have had their representatives, and indeed there are many other constituencies and wards, and that is again, Chair, because there was no Iebc in place, and yet the law says the commissioners must be there to conduct these elections. And you can see, I don't know whether to explain it, but again, the issue of trust and the processes of establishing the Iebc and putting it in place so that it can run the calendar. Thank you.
All right, I think
about ongoing election campaigns.
yes.
Is that
I don't know whether there is any ongoing election campaigns or is sensitization or it is people expressing their freedoms to associate, assemble, and everything. I don't know what your channel is.
Article 38 of our Constitution gives us our political freedoms, but also there are also those rights, including the rights of association, freedom of speech, and all that. So, I mean, and Kenya is such a vibrant society, and I thank God for that. We should be proud as Kenyans that we have a constitution that gives us these rights. I have visited some countries, and the moment you land there, you can see gloom and what people are not engaged in this conversation even about their governance and leadership and their future. Thank you.
As in closing, I know you're closing, but I've just seen the replying affidavit, and there's a question that arises from paragraph 3. The nominee, Mr. Tekon, you say you have never been a member of a political party. Is that what you are telling this committee? And as you are closing, I still asked your Luo and Spanish connections.
I will deal with the Luo and Spanish connection, number one. Number two is, yes, he says he's not been a member of a political party. Is it true? But we've never belonged to a
Honorable Chair, for the record, I've not been a member of any political parties, and I have a clearance certificate to that effect.
That one is talking about as we speak today.
Yes.
But in when you joined Honorable Nanok, were you not a member of his party?
That time, I remember when I joined Honorable Nanok, I was never in the political
So you've
space.
never registered with any political party in the country ever since?
Not that I know, but I know I have never taken that conscious step to register. But I hear
maybe you are registered different.
I hear some
in this country we know we belong to different parties which you didn't register yourself. Okay. Are elections rigged in the country?
The chair also, as he does that, on the lessons learned and what he brings on board. That's what I had asked him also.
I think, Honorable Chair, the elections in Kenya, I think over time that there's been a lot of improvement in the way we manage our elections. Let's give credit where it's due. But we cannot also deny the fact that there have been challenges here and there, including some incidences where there have been electoral malpractices, including rigging of elections in some stations. But having said that, I still trust that our electoral system and laws that allow us from the polling station to protect our votes, that allow us to transmit our votes safely, I think they will work. And it's my role to enforce as the new chair. It's my role to work with the various stakeholders to ensure that we do the right thing within the commission, but also working with other stakeholders, including the investigative agencies, to address some of those complaints.
Honorable Makali is asking, what are you bringing to the table? Different from Honorable Chebukati and Kivuitu, Chesoni, all the way to Montgomery.
I think I bring to the table my passion and commitment to this country to consolidate and entrench the democracy that we need for stability, for economic development, and for prosperity of this country. And I have all the necessary tools, whether in law, in conflict resolution, in managing election as a project. I bring those multiple tools and skills to the table. I also bring my experience and networks having worked with the international community, civil society. These are people I can work with together to support us to succeed as a country.
Right, thank you very much. Now, these are very routine questions which you have to answer yes or no quickly. Number one, have you been convicted of any offense in the Republic of Kenya or even out there? Loudly enough for me to hear. No. Number two, have you been named or aspersions cast on you regarding Chapter 6 of the Constitution, that is your ethics on matters governance?
No.
State, in what areas do you have potential conflict of interest if you are selected to be the chairperson of the IEBC? Where do you think there will be a conflict so that Kenyans know where to watch as you continue to deliver these services?
Honorable Chair, at the moment, none, no. But if they arise, I will invoke the provisions of Chapter 6, Article 75,
and I shall declare immediately those incidences.
Right. Have you been able to do any pro bono services, to give pro bono services in the country? And if yes, which particular counties? And what did you do there?
Honorable Chair, at Starehe Boys Center, that's where we were taught voluntary service, and I worked in our local health center back home, and I also volunteered as a teacher before I joined the university for a whole year. And throughout my career, I have done other voluntary services within my community and in building churches, the African inland churches.
Thank you very much. And finally now, as we stop there, what is your net worth? How do we value you so that we are able to monitor you? Because you know very well IBC may be a very lucrative place to do illegal business in the breach of the law and to abuse that office. What is your net worth?
Honorable Chair and members, my net worth is estimated at 276,882,237.
Made up of what?
Made up of mainly assets, land, livestock, some Safaricom shares, and motor vehicles.
And motor vehicles.
Yeah.
What are your current sources of income?
Currently, my sources of income are from my earnings from the African Union Development Agency.
Okay. All right. Do you anticipate any other sources of income in the future?
And maybe in the next few months, the county government of Turkana still owes me my gratuity.
Do you expecting gratuity from the county government of Turkana?
Yes, yes, Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Erastus Edung Efekon.
The livestock, do you anticipate?
Yes.
Before we go to the law, I don't know why.
I will get. He wants to understand that, and I will.
We have. Please protect me from Daudan. From your livestock. I mean, I'm a livestock owner, and they give birth. I sell them. I take them to the market. So you will definitely be getting some income out of that. And it's important that you declare it, so somebody does not say tomorrow that you got this money from IEBC. Is it that obvious?
At the moment, I've declared about 4.3
from livestock.
230 shots, then 12 camels, 36 cows. And Honorable Farah, because of my travels and all these pursuits, I have not been a very good pastoralist, so I need to improve on
yes,
this.
I think the numbers
it's a very viable source of livelihood. And Honorable Chair, permit me to speak with my
What I'm doing,
senior.
this is what I have to say before you speak in a language which some of us will not understand. So because you trust the senior counsel, Honorable Tiende Amolo, and yourself, we have no reason to doubt that you will, in a decent conversation, greetings and the exchange of pleasantries in the Luo language, so that he's convinced you can actually speak the Luo.
Chair, may he speak the Luo after my question that I don't insist that he answers.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is the question that he may not answer.
He may choose or not choose to answer. Given the history of the leadership of the electoral body in this country, does the nominee in his heart of hearts not think that this time round we should have had a woman chair? Thank you.
Do you have an answer to that?
To be fair, that can be a question.
Let him say it himself. Let him say himself whether he wants to comment on it or he,
As he's
it
closing,
is.
Chairman.
It is
Chair,
a start.
Point of order, Chair. Point of order, Chair.
Peter,
Point of order, Chair. Yes, I think I will allow.
could you confirm whether Peter, Purity, and Kizito, who assisted him to apply, are South Africans or they are Kenyans?
Yeah, of course, the Kenyans.
These are Kenyans from
Those are Kenyans from
Mushada here in Banana and one from Mukambani.
All right, they are photocopying someplace.
Chair, my last one the same. Given, one thing is, there's no question, when there's a post-election violence and we have problems in this country, it is the common people who suffer. It is not the politicians who are responsible for the violence and for all these electoral problems. Now that your candidature and your chairmanship largely will also be as a result of those common people you sat down with and who noticed your potential. And if you are confirmed, you give an undertaking that you will protect Kenyans to the hilt. Because this is the first time that
Yes,
they're seeing...
please undertake to that because it's very important. They are
The
watching.
lives of Kenyans everywhere.
I shall undertake that, and Chair, with your permission, I want to assure the honourable members that if we remind ourselves of the oath, that if confirmed, I will definitely take. The oath reminds us of a lot of things.
Okay.
That we shall obey, we shall respect, and discharge the trust, and that I give my assurance. Thank you.
Okay. As regards the last one from Honorable Nyamira, Member of Parliament from West Mugrango.
Yes, given the history of this country where perpetually we've had the leaders of our electoral management bodies being men, I think for me, there will be a time, and it must be soon, probably if confirmed, I should be perhaps the last male chair we give a break, so that then our able ladies also discharge this responsibility. And I have seen many very successful women run
Absolutely.
bigger institutions than
Absolutely. The rest of it is contained in the selection panel report, which we shall be looking at as regards how many names were taken, whether any ladies were in there. Now the law. Can you have an next?
Chair.
All right, what we do is because there is an objection from Honorable Karemba,
Yes.
because you not understand what you're going to be saying.
Again.
I invite.
That's not the question, Chair. Let's be clear. I did not and I do not seek the nominee to speak in Luo. What I want to understand is why he has listed those of the languages he speaks and Spanish. Those two. Just
Has he put Turkana?
Yes.
He's put Turkana, Swahili, English. Then he also speaks Luo. He speaks Spanish. I speak Kikuyu, and I'm not a Kikuyu. I don't think he needs to explain that one. I'm not an Arab. So why?
Yeah, can he add when he will start speaking Ekegusi?
Honorable Farah, order, please. Why
Chair,
you speak
I think,
Luo? No, just briefly tell us how you kept
It is a reflection, Honorable Chair, of my journey. At some point, when I was very young, I lived with my mom in a place called Nyawita, somewhere in Kisumu. And my first primary school, I attended there, and that's the language that I picked as a child.
It was picked as your mother tongue. Somebody taught me Kekamba as my mother tongue, and I'm not a Kamba. Thank you so much. Thank you very much,
But for the information
Chairperson.
of Kenyans, there is no big difference between other countries.
Anyway, that's with a light touch so that we make it as lively as it can be. Erastus, thank you very much for appearing before us. We are through with the session. As we said, it's a session to confirm whether the process by which you were nominated was a process in accordance with the Constitution and the law. Number two, whether from your own expression you are suitable for this job. We cannot make that verdict now. These members will retire. They will evaluate everything that is before us, including what you've told us, and will make a report to Parliament. So for now, we discharge you so that we can hear the next nominee. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Return to him his original documents. The rest of them can remain with us, the copies. Okay.
Now that is the first nominee.
Mathayo kifungu cha 11 mstari wa 28 hadi 30. Njooni kwangu ninyi nyote msumbukao na wenye kulemewa na mizigo, nami nitawapumzisha.
Anahitaji kila mtu akimuona na wakati wote anapofikiria mambo ya mbingu anamwabudu huyo Mungu.
Ni mahubiri ya kukusitiri katika wokovu, kukutia nguvu na kumfahamu vyema Mwenyezi Mungu. kutoka kwa wachungaji wa kanisa la ABC.
Yote kwa Mungu yanawezekana kupitia kwa nguvu za Mungu wetu.
Kwenye kipindi hiki cha ibada ya Jumapili, ungana na wachungaji hawa kila siku ya Jumapili kuanzia mwendo wa saa 4 asubuhi hadi saa 5:30. Uchambuzi wa kina wa hali ya maisha ya jamii zote nchini, vyakula, talanta, denzi, mavazi, michezo, mapambo, ujenzi, sheria tofauti na uongozi wake ni njia mojawapo ya kuonyesha uweledi wao. Changamoto si haba: ukosefu wa ajira, maji, miundo msingi, magonjwa, dhuluma za kijinsia, ila washikadau na viongozi wamejitosa kukabiliana kikamilifu.
I have instructed the criminal justice actors to execute their mandate without delay, holding perpetrators of femicide fully.
It is time that we bring men into the talks. So looking at the family unit, the man, the woman, the child.
Kizazi kilichoelimika ni tegemeo siku za usoni. Jamii iliona maadili ni manufaa kwa taifa. Viongozi wa kidini wakichukua jukumu hili kikamilifu.
Our complementary role as a church, focusing on education, focusing on health, and therefore it is our mandate to protect them.
Kila siku ya Jumapili saa 12 jioni na saa 2 usiku kwenye makala ya Undugu na Jamii.
Serereka na rada.
Serereka na rada.
Serereka na rada.
Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the next number after 5? 6.
Asante ya punda ni mateke. Na asante ya ng'ombe maziwa.
Gari!
Kilo ya karatasi na kilo ya mawe, gani mzito?
Mawe. Both of them has the same mass.
Nyama choma. Tutahitaji kwa kizungu nyama choma.
Ndini nyama ya ubiga. Nito naenda ni nyama ya ubiga.
Baba, mimi ni mtoto wako wangapi kwa kizungu?
Father, of you am I how many?
Serereka na rada.
Serereka na rada.
Serereka na rada.
Serereka na rada.
Karibu.
Machakos headquarters ya ABC yote. Tunafundisha nguo za wanawake mwaka moja, za wanaume mwaka moja. Kwa hivyo ni miaka miwili na mtu anafanya mtihani ile ya government. Wale wanaweza kujiunga na hii shule ni wanawake na wasichana kutoka klasi 8 kwenda juu anaweza kusoma. Na shule ni boarding kwa yule anataka. Tunachukuana wakati wote. Mtu yule atapata nafasi anaweza kuja kujiunga na shule kwa sababu iko syllabus tunafuata. Kwa hivyo mtu akiingia tunamwanzisha kwa syllabus.
Eastern Kenya Integrated College is ABC Proposed University, approved, licensed and accredited by TVET to offer the following courses: Human Resource Management, ICT, Sales and Marketing, Supply Chain Management, Secretarial Studies, Procurement, Business Administration. We offer technical and vocational training in food and beverage, hairdressing, beauty therapy, dressmaking, fashion design and garment making, plumbing, electrical engineering. School of Education, we train diploma in primary teacher education, diploma in early childhood teacher education, upgrade program for the P1 and ECD certificate orders, diploma in teacher education. Short courses, computer packages, web design and development, networking. We enroll students from all the churches.
I'm pursuing certificate in ICT.
I'm pursuing food and beverage service production.
Taking diploma in teacher education.
We have NEC examination series the month of March, July and November. The college philosophy is integrating faith and professionalism.
Kama kanisa sio kuambia juu ya mbingu kila siku. Hapana, wako na maisha ya kuishi hapa duniani. Lazima wajue wanastahili kuwekeza hapa kwa ajili ya maisha ya hapa. Tumenunua uwanja huko Konza City tayari na tunaendelea na process ya kujiandaa tujenge angalau orofa 12. Hiyo ni commercial. Ukipata nafasi pale utajipatia mapato.
Ningetaka kualika members wetu wa kanisa, members wetu wa SACCO waendelee kujiunga na mradi wa Konza Technopolis ambao ni mradi tulianzisha mwaka uliopita. Registration ni shilingi 1000 na hisa moja ni 1030. Kanisa inawekeza kiwango cha 30% na 70% tumeifungulia members wa kanisa ili waweze kunufaika na mradi huo, na nawaomba ili muweze kuona kama inafaa, maana huo mji wa Konza Technopolis unakuwa kwa kasi sana.
Salutation in the name of Jesus Christ. This is Eastern Kenya Integrated College creating awareness about the diploma in primary teacher education and diploma in early childhood teacher education. Following the circular release by the Minister of Education on 11th July 2023 regarding the placement for the pre-service DTE and DECTE, the previous entry requirement has been revised to a minimum grade of C constant in KCSE without cluster combination.